and welcome to Soul Mirrors. Be amazed. And tonight, I am sure that you are as amazed and delighted as I am that the co-host for this evening's show is none other than my extraordinary husband, the man of the hour, Mr. Wisdom Teacher Sri Ram Kaa. And so I am just so happy and honored that you are with us tonight, my love. Thank you.
Thank you. It's a delight to be with you on your show
Thank you.
with this wonderful group of people.
Oh yeah, this community is amazing. And here we are at this extraordinary mastery up-level moment together. And so the reason that Sri and I are here together this evening is that in the second half of tonight's show, we are all going to do some timeline adaptation together. We are going to dive into this up-level event. We are going to harness the energy of this first retrograde of the next 24 months. And together we are going to jump. And it's going to be an amazing moment. And this is really exciting. We have not done anything like this since the lineage holder event last year.
Yeah, last year, I think many of you participated in practicing this movement, this conscious jumping in timelines. And sometimes we don't believe it's happened until we get a further downstream and we go, wait a minute.
That happened.
Things are kind of, the dominoes are heading down a different path.
They really are. And I want to give a shout out to everyone who is joining us this evening. We are just so grateful that you are here over at tfrlive.com. We love you. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for everyone that is with us there. And over at Oneness Talk Radio, equally, we are delighted to be with you. And I know there's those of you in the chat room already. And also remember, give us a call, 517-208-1500. The lines are already getting really full, but go ahead, jump in, 517-208-1500. You do get to listen to the show while we are on air. And Sri, where can we be watched? I know there's a lot of video going on out there tonight as well.
There is video. This show is hosted by Oneness Talk Radio, both for audio and video at the homepage and at the YouTube channel and at the Facebook Live channel.
Wow. So thank you all for being here. And I want to really jump into this moment. You know, here we are. And for the first time in this beautiful, we're in this 2-year overlay right now, right? 2020 through 2022 has opened up this 2-year. It's really bonus time. It's this beautiful, blessed dispensation that has been offered to all who want to enjoy it, that has said, look, this is what's happening. And so if you really want to dive through this, if you really want to command it, if you really want to claim the profound shift that is in front of you, then we're going to help you. And these 2 years have this Mercury retrograde reversal, which means that through these illuminations, this illuminated full moon energy that opened up in January, and right now, remember, we're in a trinity of 3 super full moons, March 9, April 8, and June 7th. And May 7th. So we're building into this, and that's what we're going to be jumping into tonight. So it's a powerful moment to say yes to your mastery, and it's going to amplify over the next 24 months. So really breathe that in, or maybe relax into that. I don't know. How does that make you feel, Sri, when you hear that?
It's kind of fun because now Mercury and the movement of Mercury is like a pulse. I'm sorry.
No, that's so
I always get funny images. When the patient is flatlining and they do the thump, 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 thump. It's like the Mercury retrograde is a thump, thump on the timeline.
Well, no,
saying,
it is. It's about
wake up more, wake up more.
It's that drop in the water, right? When we have that drop in the water and those ripples come out, that's really actually very accurate, Sri.
Yes,
it
is.
Yes, he's like, yes, Kira, it is. No, it really is.
It's a little fun. It's always good to have some amusement when you look at the profound things, because here we are. Mercury has always been an influencer.
Yeah.
Yet with this up-leveling energy, it is indeed the thump.
Right.
And the
it's
opportunity
the
to
water.
Go, wake up more, wake up more. And so, we're on it right now. It's happening.
Yeah, and that's why this is such an exciting moment. And when the serendipity of this moment coordinated with this live broadcast of Soul Mirrors. That's why I knew, my love, that we had to preempt everything. And there were guests that I rearranged, and I appreciate them. They will be on the air in the coming weeks. That it was just really a blessing to know that we could gather as community. We could celebrate together, set a time marker ourselves, meaning that whenever you would reconnect with this show, that energy is being held. Just like those of you that took the Lineage Holders program with us. Anytime you reconnect with those videos, you're literally reconnecting back with those moments, that quantum jump that we did then. And so we are all going to be moving through this evening as a way of sending out a strong pulse wave of love energy. Remember, we've been in this energy of love, love, love in this middle part of February, and February is a month of choice energy. And so there's just so much happening. Plus it's a 29, right? It's a leap year, right? We have the extra day. And so the leaps in consciousness are just really around us, being showered upon us all. It's just a question of, are we willing to receive it or not?
Yeah, the leaps in consciousness. Consciousness always is. And what we are aware of is our own individuated consciousness and how we unlock that more fully. Because as we become ever more conscious, we become ever more powerful.
Breathe that one in.
And power is not force. Power is a sense of capacity to command the light, a sense of deep peace and alignment with all that is. That's true power. And worldly power is really very ephemeral. It comes and goes, and it's only in the lower frequencies. But what is durable is the energy of love, the energy of joy, the energy of truth, the energy of divine wisdom, and the frequencies of quantum reality. Which is another discussion.
But it is the discussion of the hour, is it not? Because we are all up-leveling.
Yeah.
This is that moment of recognition that everything is up-leveling. And that's the first breath, is there even a judgment in the way that you're perceiving the energy of the up-level? Remember that all energy is neutral. At the end of the day, all energy is neutral. It's how that energy meets our intention. It's that union, right, of this physical presence with that which is illuminating the presence, and then the awareness of the illuminator. And this is what happened in 2019. And this is why we are here now. This is such a bounty-filled moment. And all of us have the opportunity right now to up-level consciously. See, that's the key, right? That really is the key in the lock. Mm-hmm. It's the consciousness. It's the ability to expand that out, to say, I know there has to be more than this linear moment before me. I mean, we're at a moment where everything is trying to become linear again, and so there's just so much expression of that throughout the world of density. And yet, in 2019, do we have the Witnesser graphic? Yeah. Okay. In 2019, let us not forget that one of the most extraordinary things that happened, and you're seeing this beautiful graphic that Shri just put up, is that we opened up into the ninth dimensional awareness for a time that was much easier than it had ever been. There are beings that are just now talking about the fifth dimension. And I get people who write Shri and I and say, how can you possibly be in the ninth dimension? We are only going to the fifth dimension right now. Oh, God bless you, angels. Yes, some of you are just discovering the fifth dimension now. However, my angels, expand your thinking, expand your mind. Come down here to Ecuador. We'll teach you how. Just really give yourself the gift of saying yes to you. And when you say yes to you, the first way you know that you have amplified your energy is that if you see in this graphic, the fifth dimension, and you notice how the fifth dimension has the greatest amount of wing space, the fifth dimension is when we become the witnesser of the witness that is of the third dimension. So many teachings teach you and say, okay, be in the now. Yes, to be in the now awakens the witness of the third dimension. We awaken to the fact that there's more, and you're ready for more. Now you lift from there. and you have a compassionate moment where you realize, you see how big those wings get? It's the moment where you really notice your breathing again. And that breathing became easy. And as you're really breathing, you see that long pillar of light that's coming out of the top part of the fifth dimensional experience. And that is the longest journey. Yet, when you get there, do you see how the presence, do you see that seventh dimensional presence is the one that has the greatest presence right now? That is because the witnessing is now, where you are consciously able to be witnessing the witnesser of the witness. And once you really anchor that, you break free into the ninth dimension, where, my angels, you become the witness again. And the entire cycle keeps lifting. This is the cycle of the ascension consciousness. And it's always in the same way: awareness, experience, choice. February right now is a choice month. March will be an awareness month. And then April will be an experience month. And that's going to make a lot of sense in the second half of the show today, when we talk about how we're going to be jumping and the attunement we're going to do together. So remember that in a month of choice, you're seeing everything that maybe you've been uncertain about, or maybe you've been on the fence about, or maybe you've been hesitant to say yes to. The choices are in front of you. And the choices you make in February will directly affect the awareness that will come forward for you in March. So at a moment where the up-level energy of neutrality is here, to have applied consciousness to that energy of neutrality is how we co-create a greater future. And it's an exciting moment to be with this community right now. It really is.
Absolutely. It's a different kind of nomenclature when we start talking third dimension, fifth dimension, seventh dimension, ninth dimension. I mean, everybody had always talked about, well, we're in 3D. However, the whole understanding of the age of Aquarius, the fifth dimension, all of this, it was beginning to get seated in human consciousness back in the 60s, and certainly remember some of the songs and things from that era. However, the thing that I kind of chuckle about is when we were originally, our union brought forward an enrichment that was marked by several ascended beings offering stimulation and wisdom to us. And Archangel Zadkiel said to us at one point some years ago, the fifth dimension is here. Now one needs to simply claim residency, so to speak. You simply recognize it.
It was our very first series.
It was the first thing we did.
Go to SriandKira.com and read Living in the Fifth Dimension. It's in the Messages from the Masters.
And so, but here was the important one important takeaway from that. What Archangel Zadkiel said was, the fifth dimension is not your destination.
Right.
It is a stopping point. It is an anteroom, a waiting room, so to speak.
It's a cosmic waiting room.
It's a cosmic rest period.
Right. That's what he said. Yeah.
To regain your clarity before continuing onward. Yeah. Because, it's kind of like you've been out on the trail hiking and sweating and efforting and going through all the density in 3D, and you get to the fifth dimension, you need a moment to go, thank you. Things are much clearer, much more loving, much more peaceful.
We're here.
And then
so
we kind of collect ourselves and go, okay, now let's keep going.
And Shri, that has brought me to an extraordinary realization. And let me bounce this off of you. And I am bouncing this off the street for the first time, but I'm just realizing myself right now that, 2019 was a year where this multidimensionality opened, where we started really literally moving timelines and moving into all these parallel dimensions. It also saw the rise of the lineage holders from the successful shift, which has called forward this 2-year grace period to give us an opportunity to be more of a force of positive shift. And I realized that you and I first actively broke into the seventh dimension in 2019, that Archangel Zadkiel, we have been literally living in the fifth dimension since 2004. And that it was 15 years later. It was in 2019 when these seventh and ninth dimensional gateways, not that we haven't been in those, we have plenty of of experiences there. I'm talking about
living there,
actively, consciously living that diagram we just showed you. I shared with Shri that anymore, I feel like there's 5 computer screens up in front of me all the time. And I've actually threatened to start buying them because I feel like I'm working. I know he's like, you have too many electronic, don't do it. And I can't. I know I'd blow him up. But when you really are up, when you really are connected, when that energy is flowing through you, when you have been able to gaze at the borderlands of sanity and make the conscious choice through enhanced awareness, the clarity becomes stellar. Stellar.
The clarity and the quality of inspirational energy. One of the things that is important to underscore is that as we unhook from the density dramas, as we anchor within a more ascended, refined state, our very understanding of peace, of love, of joy becomes enriched by a frequency of beingness that we hadn't fully anchored before. One of the things I know we all can relate to are peak experiences. We've all had them. And those peak experiences are sort of like little medicine moments where we go, hey, that's waiting. That's possible. That too is something you can identify with.
Oh, yeah, please.
And this is why so often we need to take care of ourselves, to have body work, to visit energy healers, to do what we need to do to continue to remind ourselves that we're more than a warrior of density. We are warriors of light.
We are 5-star generals, excuse me.
and to be a warrior of light is a whole different let's just say it's a whole different level of responsibility and experience. It is nothing close to density drama. There is indeed focus. There is indeed will. There is indeed orchestration and a presence. However, it's a different quality of experience. And we can't fully describe peak moments to those who have not themselves had their peak moments. What we can do is offer an energetic radiation that may awaken a recognition in others.
Well, I have to jump in here because this is sounding like the Lost Books of the Essene. That in book 1 of the Lost Books of the Essene, also at shrinkira.com, free online, just go to Messages from the Masters, Lost Books of the Essene. What they say at the very beginning is that when you are awake, and you interface with those that are asleep, love them and tuck them in. And when we are interfacing with those who are drowsy, then basically be present for them, right? And what they're saying is not with judgment. They're saying that how you can be of the greatest service, how you can be of the greatest I'm going to use the word service again because that really is it. How your service can really radiate is your presence. Because one of my other favorite quotes from Archangel Zadkiel that I absolutely love is that you will be known by your heart. You will be known by your consciousness, not by your words. And you can't fake that. You cannot fake that. You can lie to yourself. You can try, but the reality is that when it comes to consciousness, you are in control. You are the commander of this ship. And as you say yes to you, and that's what these up-level moments are about, is that what you and I did in 15 years, and I want to go back to that because I think that was really revelatory, Shri, that for 15 years, Archangel Zadkiel really taught us how to master living in the 5th dimension. I mean, seriously, do it. It's not hard. However, this up-level experience is really demanding that we're in the 7th or 9th all the time. And that is opening the gateway, just like the physical shifts. It was in 2019 when Shri and I were very consciously, and then with the advent of the divine directors and the appearance of El Moira in full body in front of me. It was a big, big year. And then all of the other things that we went through with our bodies. I think what everyone needs to remember is that what Shri and I have been asked to do by the Ascended Realms is to walk through these symptoms first. And then that if there's any of these symptoms that don't, that are whatever still happening with us, we talk about it, but we want to always put out our Ascension Symptoms videos knowing what we're talking about because we've lived it. And so I'm sharing that because I don't think you have to. I think that we're at a moment with these up-level experiences where all of us have the opportunity to start saying, okay, I'm going to accept a higher frequency. I'm going to accept a higher resonance. I'm going to actually believe myself. I'm going to stop listening to other people that tell me I'm crazy. And I'm actually going to breathe into who I am. And I believe that at the end of 2 years, and we just put out this video, the 2020 Ascension Symptoms at Official Sri and Kira YouTube, I believe at the end of 2 years, we can transcend all of these symptoms.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I know that to be true. And this it leads us to two recognitions.
Please.
One of them is you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to transit through every silly symptom. You will receive the indicators that you need in order to grow.
Yeah.
That your body needs to work with, and meaning the intersection of your consciousness and your body will work with whatever symptoms you have in your body in order to lighten up, to enlighten yourself.
Enlighten, yeah.
And so there's a couple takeaways here. One of them is that we are approaching the time where we will jump beyond all symptomology. Yeah. And those that are able and ready and willing to do that will then be way shores for those that are still in the mire. It's almost like the ascension symptoms were going to be the new higher level of density. You know, it's like,
you know, that there's a lot of truth in that. There's actually a lot of truth in that.
And this is in part why I felt called to offer this 3-part series that I'm going to be coaching you.
Find out about this on leap year, February 29th.
February 29th, Consciousness and Healing, where consciousness is healing. And
consciousness as healing.
The key is when we are at a certain level of recognition, we can learn through wisdom rather than have to skin our knees and learn through experience.
Ooh, breathe that in.
We need to cultivate a vibrational level in order to apply wisdom that is outside of our direct experience, yet can apply to our direct experience. Yeah. This degree of mentoring and application of wisdom cannot actually happen at lower levels of consciousness. And so what I'm realizing, I've worked many years with the Avesa Medical Intuitive Model. It works perfectly. And at a certain level of consciousness, everything turbocharges and we can re-script ourselves. We can simply unwind patterns that have been in place for decades. And there's a little magic that has to happen to get to that place. And I want to share the magic with you because either now or later, you will be in that place and you can apply it.
Well, you know, that's so true, Sri. And it brings us right back to tonight. To this up-level experience. And remember, you want to be with us for the second half of the show because we are going to stop and do this beautiful attunement. We're going to culminate the show with it. We're going to bring you into this alternate timeline experience. And I just want to remind all of you that of something that we've been sharing with everyone right now is that if you're watching us right now, this is actually the mantra of self-ascension for this moment. Open your mind is I am here. Only it expands how you are here. So really take that in for a moment, because the more that we can come together in the energy of this divine presence, the more beautiful our time in the second half of the show will be. And we're going to get ready to say hello to some of these beautiful people that have been holding. And so open your mind. And you notice we're sitting up here in the Andes Mountains with all of these beautiful sacred geometries and just saying hello. Expand your vision. Expand your vision is I am ready. Open your mind. I am here. Expand your vision. I am ready. Ignite your heart. I am open. Heal the world. Guide me. Open your mind. Expand your vision. Ignite your heart. Heal the world. You know, it really is that simple. And I know that also can be challenging at times. And that's why the Yoga of Self-Ascension is so extraordinary, because it's that simple. It's, I am here, I am ready, I am open, guide me. Or you can take it to the next step, which is what we just shared with you. And Shri, I'm looking at our time. Do we have time to take a call before the break, or we should probably wait till after the break, right?
Or your choice.
Well, okay. We don't have quite enough time, so I think we'll wait until after the break.
Okay.
I don't want to get into a mini soul reading and then have somebody not hear us. So what we could share is that for the second half of our show this evening, we are going to be doing an attunement. If you are in a safe space where you can light a candle, you might want to do that.
Yeah.
You might want to have the lights a little lower. You might want to have a glass of water handy. It's always good to hydrate after we do these type of things. And just to begin saying, wow, I am so grateful that we are here together on this very night. And if you are not catching this live, I want you to know you're here with us right now on this very night.
Mm-hmm.
We are literally going to be putting a time energy into this broadcast so that no matter when you capture this broadcast, this energy is coming to you right now. It is a moment of up-level mastery. It is the first Mercury retrograde in a 2-year cycle where all of the Mercury retrogrades are actually opportunities to reclaim all of the mastery from all of the other timelines, from all of the other experiences into the correct timeline, which is where we're going tonight, to be able to manifest the highest purpose for this life's journey. I am so excited. I really am. I'm so excited.
It's great. We all...
And we're in bonus time. I think we talked right through the TFR send-off.
Well,
sorry, guys.
Hey, they go to their commercials.
Right.
And,
we'll welcome them back, I promise.
Yeah, but we are at
tea time.
we're at a time. The other thing that Zodkill reminds us is, if it does not bring you joy, then why
are you doing it?
And when we truly begin to understand what joy is, we recognize the signal from the soul that we are where we need to be, and we are doing what we need to be doing because I feel joy. Yeah. And it'll surprise the density mind how often you can feel joy when you are unreasonably joyful. That there's no good reason for it. And that's the density mind saying there's no good reason for it. Which brings me to one of the little point I want to offer in our bonus time. Time is not linear.
Breathe that in.
The way you think about time is linear.
Do you see the discernment? Okay. Just making sure, because I know you guys do, because you're the most extraordinary audience in the world.
But we have our trained habits. And periodically we fall into the prior software that says it's all sequential. Right. And then periodically we move into the quantum reality, which is a deeper truth, a deeper level of truth. And we realize it's not sequential at all. That the whole notion of a timeline is actually jargon that connotes that there is some form of pathway, which in one respect there is indeed. However, it is not predictive. You do not have to reside in that pathway, but you could find yourself unwittingly following it.
Well, and forgetting that it is actually an ever-refining spiral, that all you need to do is at one point up-level, lift. As my husband says so beautifully, as a matter of fact, I have a slide that says it even better than me. This is one of my most favorite Sri Ram Kaa quotes. You cannot play your way off of this game board.
The only way off is to lift your consciousness.
The only way off, guys, is to lift your consciousness. Wasn't it Einstein that said we're never going to solve our problems at the level of consciousness that created them? Well, that is exactly where we are right now, is it not? Yeah. Is that we are at a moment where the only way to be able to sincerely heal the world begins with the world within. Heal the world. Mm-hmm. Guide me. So many of you write us and you want to serve. And, we have volunteer programs down here at Tosa Blue Mountain. If you want to come hang out here for a few days, a few months, a year, 2 years, we even have intern programs. But the key is that how you serve is by first saying yes to you. It's just such a simple yet somehow the most challenging thing we ever do is to recognize that we are the self-ascended presence. And that when we say yes to our self-ascended presence, when we take a time out, perhaps from the way we've been living our lives, when we rescript, as you so aptly and beautifully put together. I mean, his rescripting program is phenomenal. When we rescript, what happens? That which we were born to be emerges because we are free. And that is the blessing. And I want to say welcome back to TFR Live. We are so glad to be back with you. We've been so engrossed in this beautiful conversation. And Shri, I'm excited. We have all these beautiful people holding. I'm thinking that let's say hello, because remember, guys, this is the half of the show. We are going to be going into that attunement. So for those of you that are safe to do so, if you're not in your car, if you're not driving, if you can sit somewhere comfortably, dim the lights a little bit, maybe light some candles, we are going to be going to the phone lines, and then we are going to be going into our attunement. Oh my goodness gracious, Shri. I believe we were going to go, where was it? All the way up at the top, Washington? Was that right? Fort, what did I see? They're at Port Townsend, Washington.
Port Townsend, all right.
Port Townsend, Washington. Namaste. Welcome.
All right. We hear the time delay. Are you there?
Hi.
Yes.
Yeah, turn down your radio, sweetheart.
There you go.
I did.
Thank you. Namaste. Welcome. Welcome.
Namaste.
How,
so thank you so much. I'm not sure what to say other than I'm ready for something new. That's for sure.
Yeah, you are.
Wow. And I don't know if you could do a soul reading for me. I greatly appreciate it.
Yes, I'd be honored. And I just want to share with you that when you were, it was so cute to connect with your energy when you started saying about, I'm really ready for something more. Right here in my heart, I felt like a big rubber band that was like pulling on it for a moment. And then I watched your energy field connect into your higher self. And it went from tense to almost like your heart is getting a workout right now. And what I'm noticing is that there is this energy around you that has that same, it's like this elastic band. It's like it's tight and then it's it's tight and then it's and this group that's around you carries a lot of sacred geometries, and one of them has their hands up over your head right now. And it's like I'm watching them work with all these different symbols and geometries. Everything's gold, thin gold, like little gold lines and gold hair, gold streaks. But they're forming it into like, how do I want to describe this? They're calling it a chamber that you have visited before and know well. And what they're saying is, we are here because you have called us here. There are no accidents. You already know this. Simply lift up, gaze, pay attention, because it is right in front of you. And then I'm kind of losing my breath a little bit. And I feel it holding right here. And they're saying, breathe in through your nose, bring it all the way down, and then relax. It's like that releasing of that. They're like, relax, knowing you are safe to stay in that presence. And so it is. I really love meeting you. You have extraordinary energy. So thank you. Thank you for bringing that to the show for all of us on this extraordinary Uplevel evening. I love that. Namaste.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sweetheart. Namaste. Whew, I really am getting,
yeah.
How's your breath, guys, right? You can feel like each one of these beautiful beings that's waiting on hold. And I'm sure that there's chat going on, and I'm so sorry we're not in it. Hopefully Bria Rose is in it. We really, I feel them, don't you? Yeah. So just really, really feel your heart. I feel like we're building a community getting ready for this incredible moment in front of us. And so, my angel, where are you taking us now? We've got the whole world here in the call board tonight.
Yeah, we do. Golly, we could.
We're going to Ohio. Is that where we're going? It looks like Canton,
could.
Ohio. Namaste, Canton, Ohio. Welcome.
Hi, Sri and Kira.
Hi, Angel. Welcome.
I actually had a question. I've been feeling a lot of like aggressive energy around me, and I'm also feeling it around people that I know, and I'm starting to wonder if me isolating myself from them is a good thing, or if I should engage it and like see where it takes me, or if I don't know. I'm just kind of like at a loss here, and I just didn't know if you guys had any insight into it.
Well, first of all, I want you to breathe deeper. I'm connecting with you, and from here, upper throat chakra, which is the truth chakra, all the way down to the top of my third chakra, it's like I can't breathe. So this has got a grip on you. I mean, it's around you. And the more I connect with you, the more that I feel it. It's almost like I almost feel like I have my head in one of those cervical collars, like, because it's just like, it's there. And I understand your question and why you're asking. And I also see beyond that, and I get it. I see it. And two things, the minute you were sharing, came forward. One of them is this huge Archangel Gabriel. I mean, you have got Archangel Gabriel, like huge right there. And just like, it's like I'm watching the tones, because it's coming in tones, and I'm watching the tones of Gabriel come around right here to your throat, and he's saying, look up at me, I'm right. And I'm looking up, and I mean, like, it makes me want to cry. He's like, look up at me, I have you. And he's saying, lift beyond that where the anger lies, and discover just above it the compassion and the understanding for what is happening before you. And then I'm watching Archangel Michael, who's right in front of you, and his hands are out like this, and they're going right here, and his hands aren't touching you. It's like they're reaching out to you, and there's these rays, but they're like, how do I describe this? They're more like radiances, which in February, how perfect is that? Like radiances of this sparkling light. And he's smiling. They're just smiling, and they're saying, you have not lost your smile. You have simply forgotten how beautiful it is. And they're there to remind you. And so thank you. Thank you for bringing that blessing to all of us this evening. You are a powerful master. This is just a moment for you to decide. It's a month of choice. Where do you want to go with this energy? Because you're that powerful, and don't be afraid of it. You're amazing. Thank you, honey. What a blessing to connect with you. Wow. Many blessings.
Thank you both so much. I love you.
We love you, honey. Too. Namaste. Namaste. Whew, do you feel a deep heart energy?
Well, to me, there's a nourishment in this.
Right, right.
Yeah, there's a profoundness, and it's one of the delights of having the community come forward.
Oh, this amazing community.
Whoever we're guided to call on is bringing a gift to all of us.
Yes, in every single way. And Shri, I'm looking at the time, and I'm thinking we can squeeze in one more caller. I'm not going to look. I don't want to have any influence. This is Shri Ram Kaa's moment. Where are we going?
Oh, good heavens.
Look, see you. Those of you watching know I'm not cheating. All
right. Here we go. We're going to Canada.
Ooh, I feel it. All right. Where are we in Canada? We're in Grand Prairie, Alberta, Canada. Namaste, beloved angel.
And we'll just say hi.
I'm glad we had that connection. We love Canada. Hey, we're actually thinking, let me put this out to you guys, and you can send your responses to guest@shriandcareradio.com. We have received a call from the Ascended Realms that we are to take one trip outside of South America this year. We think it's going to happen this year. Should we go to Canada? We thought maybe we would go to the United States. We were also feeling Australia. We're getting a lot of pull to both of those countries. However, Shri and I looked at each other the other day and went, oh my goodness, we love going to Canada. So anyway, give us an email if you have any ideas about that, and let us know, because we're looking at this potentiality. All right, Shri, I'm looking at the time, and I think that it was the connection with the Canada energy that we needed to call forward so that we could get ready to really move into this extraordinary attunement moment. And so, beloved angels, we are going to invite you now to, again, if it's safe to do so, if you're in a place, I'm even going to close my iPad, excuse me. I have that over here to the side. So you might want to do that. Just limit your electronics the best you can. Of course, you want to stay with us. And sincerely, if you're in a space right now where you can relax, where you can just be, please offer yourself that gift. And if you can lower your lights a little bit, great. If you can't, close your eyes, only if it's safe to do so. And then you want to give yourself the gift, if possible, to have a glass of water nearby. Shri and I will be taking you on this journey. We're going to end the show with you in the journey. We will not be doing a formal sign off this evening. We will just end with you in the journey. And the reason we will do that is because we encourage you to continue. This is a gift that you have called to yourself. And that is why, if you are connecting with us live or you're connecting with us years from now, you're ready. The mastery within you has called you to this moment, and that is why we are together. This is a moment of great up-level energy. Mercury has gone into the retrograde position for the first time in the 2-year window of the divine presence ignition. This divine presence ignition is an up-level energy that is available and all are receiving. It is how you consciously connect with this up-level mastery that will offer you the gift of reclaiming from all of those other multiple timelines and parallel dimensions. You will literally be, it's as if you're able to say, okay, I'm playing a harp and I'm going to bring all of that right here. I'm going to bring it all within me. And tonight, together, we are going to take our first jump ahead. Now, tonight, we're just going to move into the April 8 moment. Now, I'm talking about just a few months from now. I'm talking about April 8th, 2020. Now, do you want to talk about why we chose that day, or would you like me to share that?
Go for it. Okay. It's another magic day.
Exactly. Hopefully you've got the Uplevel calendar. And if you don't, please go to Official Shri and Kira at YouTube, watch about the Uplevel events, get the Uplevel calendar. And so on April 8th, it is a super full moon Uplevel date. And right now in February, we are in a choice month of profound shift. That means that March will be an awareness month and April is going to be the experience. And so April 8th is a super full moon of experience. And remember, it's in the middle of a trinity of super full moons. We have a super full moon coming right up in March. We have April and we have May. All three of those full moons are super full moons. And the April 8th is a super full moon up level in a month of experience that is also carrying the energy of the visionary transformation through timeline adaptation. So we want you to understand why we're going there. That month is in the middle of a trinity of super full moon energy. It is an April 8 in the year of perfect balance. It's the 4th month, right? Mm-hmm. Perfect balance is the 4 on the 8th, which is the double 4. So we then have, it's just a very important moment for us.
2020, which is another 4.
Balance, 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 balance. And so and it's a month of experience. So experience months are very broad, very intense. And so we're going to make sure that when our sacred intention, when we all move forward, is that when we arrive at April 8th, 2020, that you are carrying the sacred intention of the experience that will be revealed to you is in the timeline that you are anchoring today in this up-level moment. This is like, wow, as I'm sharing that, I can feel the back of my heart. You guys feel that back here, the back of your heart chakra? It's like wings igniting. I'm just pointing. I want you to all feel that. And if you bring your arms up like I'm doing right now, you can actually feel that energy moving and that ignition. So see, we're already doing it. We're
Oh, yeah.
already together doing this. So again, we're sharing all this with you so your left brain can relax and just ride with us. Okay. Does that work for everybody? What am I forgetting to share?
It's just time to relax and breathe, and we'll guide you.
All right. So relax and the breathing. So Shri, would you like to guide us, please?
So in this moment, it's important that you make sure you're safe to go as deep as is appropriate for you. And so let's begin with a hand on your heart, taking in conscious breaths. Sa.
Ave Sa breath.
Ave is the recognition of the divine. Sa, the surrender to the divine. I am open. And as you have your hand on your heart, you feel the breath coming into your heart center, in the center of your chest, fanning the flames of that divine sacred heart, allowing yourself to send a signal to your body. We are safe. We can relax now. I am safe. I can relax now. And with each breath you take, relaxing further into an aligned, peaceful state of being. My body is at peace. My mind is quieting. My breath is even. I am content. Breathe and be. And just think along with me for a moment as I recite the mantra of self-ascension. I am here. I am ready. I am open. Guide me. And be with that energy. I am here. I am ready. I am open. Guide me. And as we surrender all need to control, we relax into that ascended state of being, where guidance intersects with beingness and consciousness. I am here. I am ready. I am open. Guide me.
And relaxing ever more into the divine presence of this beautiful body of form. Take a moment and just connect with this beautiful body of form. Just find out if there's anything that's uncomfortable or needs adjusting, if this is a good time or not. Really sink in, offering this beautiful body of form reassurance. Beloved, beautiful body, in a moment, I am going to take a glimpse at that which will serve us at both of our highest levels. Beloved body, thank you. Thank you for the gift of housing me. Thank you for the gift to be together now. And beloved body, I offer you this. When I return, we will sincerely feel the gift of this moment and the illumination that it is intending to call forward. And just breathe into that. Feel into your body. If you need to shift your position, if you need to do anything else, and all the while hearing, I am here, I am ready, I am open, guide me. Allowing your auric field, allowing your energy field to just relax into the harmonic. I am here, I am ready, I am open, guide me. I am here, I am ready, I am open, guide me. Relaxing the breath ever more. Relaxing into the body ever more. You begin to notice that you're already feeling lighter. And notice in this moment that you are noticing the you that is experiencing this journey. And offer that being love and appreciation. And in this moment, notice that before you is this extraordinary, vast, almost seemingly limitless experience of being. It's as if you're sitting or floating, and there is no limit, no matter where you gaze. In that experience, begin to notice way off in the distance, what sounds like a heartbeat. Just notice it and connect with it. That heartbeat is the timeline that is aligned with the heart of this physical vessel so that you are able to dive into the highest attainment, the highest experience, that which serves at all levels. Listen for that heartbeat. Notice it as it begins to fill your ears. Notice through the stillness the beating of this heart. And notice that it's becoming more harmonic, more encompassing. It's as if your ears are filled with this vibration. And as you are noticing the vibration, we are setting the intention to show us this timeline that we are anchoring now. We want to future vision into April 8th, 2020. In the moment of the anchoring of this timeline, carry me into April 8th, 2020. Carry me into this experience now. Hear the harmonic, the pulsing, the heartbeat. Relax and invite the receptivity to the April 8, 2020 experience. Notice what you are noticing. Notice your hands. Notice the energy that you are feeling. Ignite that energy. Notice what you are noticing. Let go of the need for a story. Let go for the need for it to be in a certain way. Notice what you are noticing. And then notice that you still have breath. And as you trace that breath into that heartbeat, that harmony, notice that your spine may be feeling like it's aligning differently. Notice that you might notice energy. And now set the intention that the timeline that is aligned with this heartbeat, that supports the heart of this moment, is anchored in this presence, thereby bringing with it all of the alignments, all of the energies, all of the connections, all of the beings, all of the manifested abundant flow that carries with it this expansion. And we carry that into our humble heart with great gratitude.
Breathe. Notice the truth of this state of being and this alignment that is yours. Allow these energies to further inform you